Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
He didn't eat that relaxer because he thought it was ice cream. He ate the relaxer because he wanted to weaponize the food security in his own household. Did y'all see the video, which is tagged, of the lady in the ER with her husband face puffed up, throat swelled up because he ate her relaxer that she left in the fridge? Now, as someone who hasn't had a relaxer in 10 years, clearly, the smell of the relaxer is unforgettable. It smells like someone has been rotting their ass on concrete on a hot sunny day. To the point you could smell it through the container. There's no way of confusing it between the sweet smell of ice cream. He had to believe this was something else his wife wanted that he didn't want her to have. So even after one spoonful of it right to your nose, you can tell that it is not food. So to eat not just one spoonful, but multiple spoonfuls of something that tastes disgusting tells me that he knew something was not right, but he just didn't want her to have it. So when people come on here and say that men weaponize their food security in their own households, believe them, because this is living proof.
He did not mistakenly eat Perm, okay? He wasn't super hungry. He wasn't just ignoring the smell. He wasn't ignoring the chemicals. He purposely ate that Perm. A lot of women underestimate how much harm men are willing to put themselves in order to be able to gain attention from women or from a partner. Just like women are willing to risk their life going under the knife to have a body that's going to be more palatable to men in order for them to get more attention from men, men do the same exact things. And the number one way that they do this is that they have no problem putting themselves in dangerous positions. He 1000% intentionally ate that Perm. He knew 1000% that it was not a Perm. He knew that it was not ice cream. Women do not realize the amount of attention that is actually required when you have a man in your life. Because this was her husband, okay? These men will be married to a woman and they will have full access to a woman and they still will be validation starved. They still will be touch starved. They still will be attention starved. Even if the woman feels like she is putting forth enough effort to give that man attention, if he does not feel like it is enough attention, he will go out of his way to create a way for you to give him attention. This is why they will cheat on you. This is why they will triangulate you with other women, because they want to give away, they want to try to manufacture a way to get you to care more, to get you to give them more attention, to give you more quote unquote, give them quote unquote more unconditional love. Stop thinking that these men are so fucking stupid that they're mistaking Perm for some goddamn ice cream. Like, no, he 1000% knew.
It's like my 5th time making this video because I do not have storage. So I'm going to just make it quick and get it out there. Men will take advantage of your heart because we allow it. The only reason why he's going to these lengths in order for you to show up for him is because he knows you are. You know, he knows you're going to show up. And next time he might eat a damn remote just so you can really, you know, just so it can last longer. Like maybe the Perm is going to flush through his system. Maybe the hospital's going to know how to get it out faster than what he wants. And the attention is not going to last as long as he wants. Okay? Stop showing up for these men like this and you won't have to worry about them eating Perm. The reason why I know this is because I dealt with this with my daughter's dad. I had to leave him and move states. I moved to Texas. And anything that happened to him, he would call me to let me know, or his friends would. And the first thing I would do is look up the closest flight, the soonest flight I could, get on that flight and go see him and take care of him, okay? I did that because I loved him. And I did that so much and so many times to where I noticed it was a pattern and I was like, damn, okay. Do I really want to detach from this man, or am I just saying this? So then eventually, I decided I wasn't going to do that. But once I made that decision, what happened? He really did need me, right? He got into an accident with a semi on a motorcycle and was in a coma. And I went out there as soon as possible, as soon as I could. Next day, I'm out there. And of course, he's in a coma. He wasn't able to wake up for another 6 months. I'm on the phone calls with his family, talking to him while he's in a coma, all these things, right? Sadly, he wakes up and realizes that, mind you, I live in Texas. I can't, well, you want me to quit my job and move to Colorado while you're in a coma? Like, no. So he wakes up and realizes I'm not there and gets mad at me fresh out of a fucking coma, right? So anyways, I still, once he wakes up, get out there. I don't know how soon I was able to get out there because I'm like, is this nigga, what? So I get out there. It didn't take me too long, right? And my daughter sees him, or whatever. And eventually he does pass away. And I just realized maybe like a year or two later, like God literally had to take this man physically from my life in order for me to move on the way that I was supposed to, because my heart would not allow me to. Even though my mind was telling me, and I knew from patterns and just what I was picking up, I needed to leave. I left physically, but that emotional attachment to him and that mammying energy and that just who I was to him, I could not let that go. That was so hard for me to do. So hard that he had to pretty much pass. And that's so sad. And you don't want that. You know, even though you don't love this man, or if you do love him or whatever, love yourself enough to let him fully go the way that you know you're supposed to, or he may, and I say will, he may permanently leave your life forever. And it's so sad that that had to happen in order for me to detach from this man the way I was meant to, or I needed to. But it happened, and it doesn't have to happen to you. So, you know, if you are out here operating that way, stop. It's not helping you, and it's not helping this man. Like I said, he's just going to keep going overboard. And when he finally does need you, you're going to be so burnt out from his bullshit, you're not going to show up for him. And he can only be mad at himself. And then he's really going to trip out and probably threaten his life and all these crazy things that these men do. Okay? Do it for you and do it for him.
My tolerance for stupid, dumbass shit is so low. So I know that if that's what's required to be a wife and be in a marriage, it's never going to be in the fucking cards for me. This lady posted a video of her husband in a hospital bed with two puffy ass eyes. And basically she was like, you probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. The next slide was of a container with some, white yogurt looking substance and a spoon in it. And then the next video was the actual container of it being a fucking relaxer. A relaxer. Apparently he thought he was eating ice cream and ended up consuming a relaxer. So he in the hospital, both his eyes puffy as a motherfucker. And like, shit like that is just not even fucking funny to me. Stupid ass, dumb ass shit like that is not fucking funny to me. At all. And then, because you know how a lot of women have this weird obsession with posting the dumb ass shit that their husbands do for some reason, and then getting in the comments and acting like it's all shits and giggles. But your husband ate a fucking relaxer, and you in the comments like, he thought it was karma. He thought it was karma. That's not something that's like a he. Y'all need a fucking evaluation. That's like 72-hour hold worthy. There's no way in hell you sat up, opened that relaxer that smelled like tin cans of bounced that ass. There's no way in hell you sat up and opened that relaxer, smelt it, because you automatically get a whiff of what a relaxer smell like. Once you mix that shit start to stink. And it's potent as a motherfucker. You cannot tell me that you opened that, didn't smell anything, and proceeded to fucking eat it. Thinking it was ice cream that you got out of the refrigerator. Who the fuck gets ice cream out of the refrigerator? Like, it just be stupid shit like that. You know what? It's gotta be a joke. I refuse to believe somebody is that fucking stupid. And if it's not, God help us all. People like that can vote. People like that have the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even fucking think. I'm so irritated behind that shit. People that sit and eat relaxer, and then people who sit and think it's funny have a right to vote and have a say so and shit. Golly, that's please.
Story has raised my blood pressure so much. I keep rethinking of it and getting re-angry again, and it's really starting to just fuse my mind and brain. Like, I just can't put myself mentally in a space where I open a fridge. First of all, if I open the fridge and I see ice cream, my first thought's gonna be, what's this doing in the fridge? But I open the fridge, I see ice cream. Oh boy, a delicious treat. In a world where I didn't stop to read, fine. Okay, I open the ice cream. It smells like fucking chemicals. It smells like the beauty supply store. Because I may be white as hell and this may be fine hair, but like, I've lived with black women. I've smelled, it doesn't smell like food. It is very chemical. I ignore the chemical smell somehow, and I take one bite. Tastes like deep fried. It tastes like whatever the hell the Joker fell in that made him the Joker. And then I keep eating because you looked at that. He ate like a third of that shit. He ate a third of it. I genuinely think that he's one of those asshole men that will just eat all the food just because they feel like they should eat all the food. They're not even fucking hungry. They're just eating all the snacks just because it's there. And he saw that, and well, it was a snack that was there, so he felt entitled to it. And then he was gulp, 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 just trying to hurry up and gluttonously, like, have it. It wasn't even about if it was good. It was so he could have it, but he made it about a third of the way through before something started feeling, you know, chemical X-y. Yeah, I just had to get it out of my system in like a video because I keep rethinking about it and then getting like it's relaxer. It smells it smells like something that they're using to make the super soldier serum. It doesn't smell good. How did you
That lady gonna come back defending her husband for eating that perm. A grown man ate some perm that was in the fridge. Perm has a distinct smell, and I'm sure it tastes like chemicals. And that man ate multiple bites of it. Not just one, multiple. He ate it and he swallowed it to the point where he swelled up and had to go to the hospital. You can't tell me that he didn't just like scarf that shit down. That man was eating so fast he didn't realize he was eating chemicals. Because he was trying to hurry up and eat it so he doesn't get caught because he knew it wasn't his. He wanted it because it was hers. That's it, and that's all. He didn't even know what the fuck it was. He didn't bother to read the label or none of that. He just picked it up, opened it, and ate it. What the fuck? There's no way you accidentally eat a fucking chemical. Perm does not smell fruity. It doesn't smell like pudding, cake, none of that shit. It smells bad. Or it just smells like hair stuff. Like, it's not, what the fuck? I'd be very surprised if she don't get back on this app and don't defend him. Like, I'll be surprised. Because you know how they be. They show us, we didn't ask for this. They show us how they husbands be kind of bad husbands. And then when you point that out, they gonna come back and be like, well, no, because we only see what you put on here. So if you don't want nobody to talk shit about that man, if you're not going to leave that man, shut up.
I'm seeing everybody talk about this man who ate the perm, right? Now, either somebody's lying or somehow that man purposely ignored all of his senses just to ingest the motherfucking perm. Because the thing about it is, first off, your eyes, yogurt, sour cream, cottage cheese, cream cheese, all of that comes in a container that makes what's inside look edible, or at the very least, it lets you know that what's inside is edible, right? So if you turn around the yogurt, you're going to see yogurt, you're going to see the flavors. You're going to see strawberry, peach, banana, whatever flavor the yogurt is. If you look at a container of cottage cheese, it's gonna say cottage cheese. You're gonna see cottage cheese. You're gonna know that what's inside that container is cottage cheese. Then the smell. Once you open up a container of perm, I'm sorry, baby, but the smell is so pungent, so loud. You could be in the next room, you still gonna smell it. Then the taste. All right. Then the texture. Mind you, perm burns. Maybe not immediately, but it burns. It didn't burn your throat? Your throat wasn't a little hot. Nothing? And see, I cracked the code. Cause see, all of y'all are still trying to figure out, oh my God, how did all this happen? How did he miss all these steps? How did he ignore all the signs? What made him ingest it? Whoa, 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 wow, wow, wow. He wanted fucking attention. That's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He wanted attention. The woman, for whatever reason, and she probably was giving him attention, it just wasn't the level of attention that he wanted because he's a big baby. He wasn't getting the level of attention that he wanted. So he went in there, he saw Perm, and he said, I got her. Swallowed that Perm, knowing exactly what it was going to do to him, just so she'd be in that hospital at his bedside doting on him because she has fucking empathy. That's exactly what the fuck it was. The bitch wanted motherfucking attention. Unless that bitch is the new age Helen Keller 2.0, no sight, no taste, no nothing. Unless that bitch is blind of all his motherfucking senses, there's no way that he ate that Perm on accident. He ate the Perm on purpose because he's a big, nasty, funky ass motherfucking baby who wanted some motherfucking attention. End of story. All she motherfucking wrote. This is a man we're talking about. Doesn't take much to solve the motherfucking investigation. Now let's stop talking about this shit. Let that big funky bitch sit in that hospital puffy and with strep throat or whatever else he got from eating that Perm. Let's stop talking about it. Case closed. Okay? Thank you.
Imagine you decided, you know what? I'm going to do my hair today. I'm going to relax my hair. You spend all day relaxing your hair, washing out the relaxer, neutralizing your hair, washing, blow drying, flat ironing, and now you've wrapped up your hair, decompressing, you're on the couch, you look to the left, and your husband, your big, overly grown husband, is eating the Perm. Your husband is eating the leftover Perm. When you ask him why the fuck he's eating the Perm, his excuse is he thought it was ice cream. You know this is a lie because ice cream doesn't smell like Perm. You take him to the ER and the whole time he's giggling his ass off, falling the fuck out. Needless to say, he would have been sitting in that ER by his fucking self. By himself. What the fuck do you mean? Mind you, he over 30, close to 30. Late 20s. You eating Perm? Come on, bro. Don't piss me off on this internet. She in the comments giggling her ass off too. Your husband ate Perm. I'm gonna call my daddy. Mind you, I've been getting Perms a long time. My daddy would take me to go and get my Perms. I'm gonna ask him if there was ever a day that he would eat my relaxer thinking it was ice cream. I'm gonna see what he's saying. I'm gonna record and I'm put it on TikTok. Watch my daddy say hell no. He be like, what the fuck? That strong ass shit. Girl, I'm fucking die eating that shit. But my daddy has a brain that he uses, so I mean.
In terms of the woman whose husband ate Perm out of their refrigerator and got sick from it, it reminds me of a saying that I came up with, which basically is, if curiosity and courtesy do not stop conditioning, then you are dealing with enmeshment or entitlement, right? So if this was a case of enmeshment, I would essentially, well, first off, the conditioning in this situation is that she says that they eat anything in the fridge. Like they live together, they shop together, anything in the fridge goes, it doesn't matter, right? That's the conditioning, right? If this was enmeshment, had she have told her husband to go eat the Perm in the fridge, but she was just like, hey, there's this brown tub of cream in the fridge, go eat it, and he just did it without reading the tub, wondering why you bought it, anything like that, that's enmeshment, right? Like, for whatever reason, curiosity did not stop that conditioning. That's enmeshment. But I think this situation is entitlement, because a normal person, right, would see something in the fridge that's, even anybody can eat whatever they want, right, that they have never seen the other person buy. And they're either going to think like, did they buy this for someone else? What is this? Like, are they going to use this for something like a recipe? Like, there's a lot of questions that come up when you see something you've never seen before in your fridge, you've never eaten before in your fridge. Let's not even talk about just reading what the bottle says. And I think that's why I said courtesy and curiosity. If you're trying not to be rude, you are going to ask that person, hey, like, did you buy this for yourself? Where did this come from? Like, there's going to be some level of like, what is this? If you're not trying to be rude and just like eat it, but like nothing pinged in his head to be like, stop this conditioning. This is different. This is weird. Stop, because you're entitled. And it doesn't actually matter who this is for, what this is, what it could possibly be used for. You are entitled to this little stomach of yours, and you are conditioned to go in there and get what you want to eat, and nothing is going to stop that because you are entitled.
Everyone's talking about that woman who put Perm in her fridge and then her husband ate it. And everyone's saying like, oh, the husband's so stupid. He's entitled. He ate it because he has no courtesy or no respect for his wife and her things in the fridge. Okay. My thing is this. If I was going to put something that's like hazardous in my fridge, like a Perm, and I know my partner is the kind of person who would eat it, because if your partner is the kind of person who like is just going to open the fridge and eat something without like thinking about it or like looking at it, I would have like told my partner, hey, I'm putting something in the fridge and it is not fit for human consumption. Or I would have like put like a piece of paper in the fridge with it in big, bold, black lettering, do not eat this. It's not food. Or I like, you know what I mean? Like I would have put it in the fridge in the garage where he wouldn't see it, or I would have done a million things to prevent my spouse from eating something that's like not fit for human consumption. So I just think it's weird that like the onus is being put on the guy for eating it and not like the woman for not like taking the proper steps to like not put her husband in reckless endangerment. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but I love you guys. Have a good day.